You know, it's high stake football. Busco, shout out to them. Shout out to our linemen. You know, it's high intensity all the time. This is a great matchup. I love playing Busco, and I hope they love playing us. On that 1 yard line, you know, it's on the 1 yard line. They're trying to stop us. We're trying to get in, and it's high tense, and it's the best it gets.
What does this win mean for Garrett this year, especially coming back and getting revenge over a Busco team that beat you guys?
To start off 3-0 is great. There's no better feeling right now. NACC play. They're a good team. It's great to us. If you can't tell, everyone's having a good time out here.
Tanner, was that drive as much about eating up clock as scoring?
A little in between. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough time off the clock to just take a knee. So we were trying to punch one in. We were close enough to punch one in. But if it came down to it, we were running the clock a little bit. It was probably a mix of both.
Through 3 games, the expectation's high for you guys. So many guys coming back, including you. Where do you guys feel you're at right now?
Right now, 3-0 feels great. I think we're playing good football, and I think we're going to continue to play even better football throughout the midseason. Right now, we're going to celebrate this win, and tomorrow morning we're going to come back and look forward to next week.
I mean, we all knew we had to play hard. We had to fight hard. When they got that big run at the end, that big pass, we all felt like we had to shove it in the ground right there and finish it.
How much of this win had a little bit more of that revenge factor too, especially after last season?
It was more, not revenge, but more redemption than anything, because we didn't play Garrett football last year, and this year I think we came out and we did what we need to do.
We knew they were out of timeouts. We just needed to get a few plays. Ideally, we were going to score, but at least able to pin them inside the 5. Would bode well for us. But they made a great play getting out to midfield and put a lot of pressure on us. So I honestly wasn't all that nervous until they ran that play and got out to midfield, and then I got a little cotton mouth, to be honest. Yeah.
What do you think kept this game so close? Did you expect it, especially after the way that first half went?
It's physical. It's physical football. Both teams try to play that style, and I think both teams did. I'll tell you one thing about Churubusco. Their coaches make us coach harder, and their players make our players play harder. They do a great job in their program, and anytime we're able to beat a team in a program like that, it's something to be proud of.
Like you said to the guys, after it's been a little bit since you guys have been 3-0, how big a start is that for you guys?
Well, it's it's a week-to-week thing, but after last week, it was definitely part of our rally cry for this week. The last few years we've been 2-1 after 3 games. We've either beaten DeKalb and played too fat and happy against Churubusco like last year and got our butts kicked, or we dropped one at DeKalb and came in week 3 angry and got the job done. So it was nice to see a consistent focus over the last 2 weeks to get ourselves to 3-0.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Chris, how much that final drive offensively, are you calling to score or are you calling to work clock? Or both?
Both, I guess. We're trying to stay in bounds, trying to run to our side. You notice, the right side's probably the side we run to a little more anyway, but when we had the ball in the right hash, which is our sideline, it's a little easier to call plays from there, talk to your kids, see what the defense is doing, and it really takes their kids further away from their coaches. These wide high school hashes, it's a lot easier to have the game right in front of you as a team and a sideline. We're driving to score. I almost called a pass once or twice in there, but we started getting the run going, and we got into a groove finally. Nothing like the first half was, and we were getting a couple things working. Trying to stay in bounds. We had 1st and goal on the 5. I seriously considered just taking a knee 3 times, knowing they would end up with about 30 seconds and no timeouts. We thought we could put it in, and didn't. We had a penalty that cost us there, pushed us back a little bit, and then once we got inside of 2 minutes, I preferred to score, but as long as the clock ran, I didn't really care.
Game like this, win or lose, of course, great to win, but how much do you learn about your team in a game that's a 1-point game for the majority of 4 quarters?
Well, for the way it started, I thought both teams might score a little more. They kind of had their way with us at first, and we didn't quite so much. I was a little nervous. I really thought we were going to have to score 3 or 4 touchdowns really to win the thing. But the defense really stiffened up. We defended their outside runs a lot better. got a little more physical. Linebackers got downhill a little better. And, you know, but winning a close game like that, you know, it requires a lot of focus. It requires a lot of mental toughness, you know, and both teams have it. You know, just as much as they do. You know, the difference is just an extra point early in the game, and nobody at that point probably would have figured that would be the deciding factor. You know, we missed a field goal, you know, right at the end of the half that would have made us a little more comfortable in the second half. But you know, both teams playing physical like they did. It's fun to coach. You know, a 7-6 game to the average fan may not be all that entertaining, but I think for a football fan, they can appreciate that football game right there. And I know we coaches and our players do.